Welcome. We're going to talk today about Youth Journalism International's very first global conference, which we just completed in Istanbul, Turkey. And we had an incredible time, but you don't have to take my word for it because there's amazing students here. I'll tell you that the students are the ones who made this wonderful. They really, really did. Every single one of them was outstanding. Every single one of them contributed and made this a much better event than it would have been without them. And if you are parents of these children, thank you very much for sharing them with us. They're just lovely people and brilliant minds, and we are so proud of them. And we've really enjoyed them. We enjoyed them so much, we still have Regina with us. But I think that her mom and dad really want her to return, so we might have to give her back. But she's still here in Maine with us, and other people are coming from the UK, from Istanbul, from Sweden, and who am I missing? The US, of course, and I don't know if Parnian's here yet. So we've got some great people for you to hear from. So I'm going to try to be in the background doing tech, but Steve was a big part of this conference too, and I wanted to give him a chance to talk a little bit about it. We had students from 10 different countries. We had 20 young people all together, plus me and Steve. We've never done anything this big as an organization, and it was a success, like I said, because of these young people. We also had some really awesome parents in Turkey that were really helpful, and some of them are on this call right now. They were really supportive, and they helped their children be part of this, and they really supported us while we were there. Our Turkish kids were outstanding. They took care of all of us in every possible way. They translated, they steered us to the right places. They took really good care of us. And if you're a parent of one of those Turkish kids, wow, you did a great job. If you want to, write in the chat where you're coming in from, and maybe you could say if you're a YJI student, because I know we have some students here, or if you're an alum, or if you're a parent, or if you're a supporter, put your name in there and say where you're tuning in from. That would be awesome. Welcome to everybody, and I'm going to mute myself, which is about time. And Steve's going to talk to you for a minute, and then we're going to start hearing from the students. We're going to hear from them, and then after we hear from them, we've got some pictures to show you, and they're just going to sort of like freely talk about these photos, and then also you guys can ask questions. So I'm going to mute, and thank you again for being here. Mute.
Okay, I think I'm going to mute it. No, it's not going to work yet. It's fine.
Okay, Steve has too much feedback, and he says that he does not need to talk. So Steve was blown away. I think I can just speak for him to say he was blown away by all these kids too. Okay, so now I want to spotlight Holly, and I want to end the spotlight on Steve. Okay. Oh, I see. Holly, where are you? There she is. Spotlight for everyone. There she is.
Hi. There we go. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm Holly. I'm from South Wales, and I've been part of YJI for about 2 years now. I joined at the beginning of 2020. And again, just to kind of reiterate what Jackie said, thank you to everybody who donated and supported this conference, because I'm sure I speak for everybody here when we say that we couldn't have done it without your help. And it truly was an amazing experience. And thank you to the Turkish students who were always on hand to help us with everything. And of course to Jackie, Steve and their daughter Mary for organising it all and keeping us safe and well throughout the whole time. So I'd say like I was really surprised going into this conference because I'm from quite a not very diverse place in South Wales, and I've never kind of experienced something like this, getting together with people from different backgrounds, different cultures. So it was really quite eye-opening, just to kind of meet with everybody and to speak and just to learn so much about different people, and to kind of make the friendships, because we've seen each other a lot on Zoom. We've done a lot together, working together. We've never quite had like an experience to be able to meet up. And I think that was really quite special. And also just the fact that we were all together, we stayed together the whole time. We placed a big emphasis on always being together where we stayed and what we did. And I think that was really important because even just like we had a lot of walking, and I was usually the first to complain about how long we were walking for, but that was really important in just being able to just chat with everybody. And I think had we not had so many people there and so many support from other people to be able to get us all in one place, it wouldn't have been such a valuable experience. I have so many memories that will stay with me for the rest of my life. It really was such a valuable experience that I will never get again. And just we heard from some amazing people. We heard from Parnin in Iran, Tanya in Ukraine, and just their stories, and Aruj from Pakistan, and about where they're from and how they live their lives and what they've been through. And just hearing that and being in the same room with them, the same room as them, was just a real privilege, and something that wouldn't have been possible without the support from everybody. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like one memory to just pick up on, but there's just so many things that happened and so many memories that were made. But yeah, I'm not sure which one to pick up on. I think just like the walking between places and just the general exploring the city, just because like we visited some great places, but it was kind of the people who made the trip. And had I been in Istanbul on my own or with family, I still would have really enjoyed the city. But you don't quite get the same feel for it when you're not being led around by the locals, who obviously are really proud of where they're from and were so excited to show us their food, their culture. So it was really just, yeah, an incredible experience. And I'm very glad that I was able to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Next up, we have Naz Mergen from the great city of Istanbul.
Hi everyone, I'm Naz. As Jackie said, I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. And I just joined YGI in March, so I'm actually really new. So I was really excited about this conference because I didn't have enough time to like meet everyone from the meetings. But I actually didn't have anything to worry because even from the first moment we saw each other, everybody just started hugging and talking. And it was actually really fun. We went to the house and we stayed in Fatih for like 5 days. We were all together and it was just so much fun. Even in the like had a little like a dance party with each other as like some girls because everybody didn't want to sleep. And then we went to the island and it was just so much fun because we had a little bit more time to relax. And actually I got the time to do my first interview for YJI, and I was even luckier to do it with Sarah, who's another speaker here today. And overall, it was just really fun to do. And I'm really excited to do another one if we have the chance. So thank you for all your support.
Thank you, Naz. I'm going to go back to, and the next up is Regina Lopez from Mexico City.
Oh, hi, I'm Regina. I've been in YGI for 2 years now. I joined in the middle of 2020, and this was a life-changing experience. And I'm going to say the same as Holly, like the people made the trip. Something great about this trip is like we had to walk to the places we went to, and I wouldn't have done it any other way because I got closer and I got to talk to really my friends in YGI who at first like I've been here for 2 years and I just see them every week just in the meetings and I just see their faces. I didn't know they had legs. But I and it's different. For example, of course we got to talk about culture and politics and stuff like that, but we are also teenagers, so we talked about college or I I talked I talked with Dennis like 2 hours about music and Harry Potter houses or swear words or just normal stuff like that. And I think that's what impacted me the most. But I want to make it clear that this wasn't just like another a school trip because we had the pleasure to hear from these three very strong and beautiful girls, Arush from Pakistan and Tanya from Ukraine and Parniam from Iran. And I've never been so impressed in my life. So, like Holly said, the people made the trip. They were the ones that stayed with me the most. And thank you for making this possible.
Okay, going on. The next person we have to speak is Dennis. And let me find her so I can spotlight her. There she is.
Hi, I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. Even though I joined the YJI a month before the conference, it felt like a long-lasted family to me. And the benefits this organization brought me and develop socially, personally are not countable. And with the friendships, to informative speeches, picture stops, to even motivational ones during the kilometers long walks, are the things which made this conference unforgettable for us. And I know with the future conferences, this organization will do more. And I can talk about the game night on the island. That night we played the game charades. Charade is just something that is played at many YJI gatherings over the years. And I know it has such importance because it carries many YJI participants' memories and all. And playing it, sharing such a wholesome atmosphere together with all the laughter and being all together was a night that such a memorial that we will not forget and will stick with us all along. I can say all about that.
Thank you, Dennis. Yes, charades was a game that we historically have played with our students. I see Shayna's here and Rachel's here, and I think they can have their own memories of playing charades at our gatherings. Yes, Shayna says, even in Turkey, you can't get out of playing charades. But I think they had a really good time doing it. It was great. And there's Io. Hi, Io. Oh, good. Parnian is here. And next up is Nora. And let me spotlight Nora. Where did Nora go?
Okay.
Oh, somebody did. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Nora Springborn. I am from Pekin, Illinois, USA. And I just wanted to say again, thank you to our supporters. Thank you to our lovely Turkish students in Istanbul who showed us around your beautiful city, and to Jackie and Steve. Thank you for being the first go-getters in this wonderful adventure. So going into this conference, I'm pretty sure we didn't have any second thoughts about wanting to do this or not. We were all pretty dead set that, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do it very well. And I think that's also very unique unique to say that even though we are all scattered around the world, we all felt so connected. We all knew who each other were, who we were from the start. So it wasn't like we were meeting people for the first time. Sure, we were, but we have seen each other through various Zoom calls and through our work online. And it was just very cool to meet in person for the first time. So when we were in Istanbul, we did various things from tourism to writing stories. And I think that something that just made it so important and special was just the simplicity of it. You know, we can do extravagant things, but sometimes what we'll remember most is just sitting around eating dinner and talking about our various life experiences, or just sitting around and writing articles with people that we wouldn't normally do in our everyday life. And it was just very unique. It's something that not everyone has the opportunity to experience or be around, but it's a joy to know what's out there and to learn and to get out of your little bubble. A couple of my favorite memories, I would say, from it, there's many, but a few is just the simplicity of, you know, watching the sunset with a fellow student and just talking about like, hey, this is where I come from. This is my part of the world. This is my part of the world. And let's just compare. Let's just talk about what makes each other unique and what makes us friends and what makes us so special. So thank you again for your support, and we can't wait to see what's next, to do the next global conference. If that's in the making, maybe someday, some many years from now. So thank you.
Thank you, Nora. Next up, we've got Lena, and let me find you. Here she is. Oh.
Hi everyone, I'm Lina Köksal from Istanbul, Turkey. I have been in YGI for 2 years now, I guess. I was a part of the sexual assault project, and like I worked with everyone, most people here, and it was amazing to meet them in person and like speak to them in person. As Regina said, they have legs, which I didn't know. And we got to talk about many stuff, and we did teenager stuff. We took TikToks, we had a slumber party, and we watched the stupidest horror movie, but it was fun. And the charades, well, I tried to play it with my family after we were back from the conference, and it was not the same because like Jackie and Steve competed. And like it was actually like a found family, because it felt so natural living all together and working all together, even putting breakfast together. And like even writing articles next to each other was very important and special, because like before that, even if we wanted to write something, it was always via Zoom or Discord. But this time they were next to us and we were speaking. It was wonderful. I hope we can do it again, and thank you all for your support.
Thank you, Lena. Okay, Nargis. Where is my Nargis?
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'm Nargis from Sweden, and I joined YJI in September of 2021, I think. And the thing that made this conference really special for me was that prior to this, I'd kind of just met everyone on Zoom, and I hadn't been part of a big project yet. So it was like I hadn't gotten the chance to interact as a bigger group. So I thought that this conference would be a great opportunity to meet everyone and really like dive into everything that YGI is about. And looking back on it, I'm so happy that I joined, and I'm so thankful to everyone who supported the conference as well, including Jackie and Steve, all the Turkish kids, and of course, Mary as well. And the one thing that I really think was crucial to what hear about the world from this outsider's perspective, and you don't really, because you haven't personally engaged with it, you don't understand like how it is to just be a human being in that context. And speaking to people from all around the world, like Parnian and Aruj and Tanya and everyone else at the conference, and just hearing them was such a wonderful experience for me. And not only was it that we were so different, but we also had so many similarities, as everyone mentioned, that we're all just these young teens trying to make sense of the world and just trying to enjoy it. And it was just wonderful to hear everyone, I think. And some memories that I have that are really like dear to me now is that when we went to the island after going to Istanbul, there was just so much beauty around us. And it was lovely to have our little party to celebrate YJI and to celebrate all of us. And we brought flower crowns on the island and just had so much fun taking pictures and laughing and listening to music. And I'll cherish that a lot. So thank you.
Thanks, Nargis. Barack, you are up next.
Hi guys, I'm Brock from Istanbul, and I just want to start off by saying that it was a lovely conference, just having everyone here in my hometown and showing them around all the places, and just showing them the history we got and how beautiful everywhere is. But one interesting aspect was for me was I live in Istanbul and I see the places I see every day, but I don't look at them from a journalistic aspect of view. I don't go to a historic site and say, oh, I should write about this. Or I don't see, well, let's say Topkapi Palace, a place we visited, and say, oh, that was interesting. I didn't notice that before. Maybe I should write about it. And another interesting aspect was to just like enjoy time together. We know each other from like Zoom calls and meetings, but we never knew that they were such lovely people in like physical form as well. From just buying water in the morning for the whole group to just ordering food for everyone and seeing them enjoy their food was just such like a lovely experience for me. And I'm really happy that I was a part of this and that I showed you guys around and was also a student taking part in this. Thank you.
You did a lot, Brock. Thank you so much.
No problem.
And where is Sarah? There she is.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah. I'm from Clarksburg, Maryland in the United States. And again, thank you to everyone who helped make this possible. It was really one of the most incredible experiences that I've had in a really long time, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life. So thank you for everyone that made it possible, especially Jackie and Steve and Mary, who fearlessly led us through the streets of Istanbul to get us where we needed to go. Thank you. And Brock and Bilge and all of the Turkish students, like, we can't express with words how thankful we are for everything you did for us. And I think that was like the best experience I've had, because we were led around this city by the people that live there and the people that speak the language. And so we were coming at it obviously as tourists from outside, but we could also get a glimpse into what life was like for those students who lived in the city. It was actually really fun watching the students order food for us in Turkish. We picked up, at least I picked up a few words in Turkish that were extremely useful. I remember I learned the word passport, which means passport. So I learned that. And it was just incredible meeting all these young people, because I think my experience is a little different because I had met Steve and Jackie and Mary and one student, Owen, from before. So I knew them in person. So I think meeting all the young people was like the most incredible experience for me. And we used to joke around when we were like going around cities to stay together. We used to tell people like, oh, we're sisters. Like, just let us sit together because we're sisters. And really now I feel like those are my sisters. Like, I have sisters and brothers everywhere. Like, I feel so connected to these people, and we didn't spend that long together. And I think that that's like the value of a conference like this, to bring people together, is like insurmountable to me. Like, I really feel like I connected so much. And like, from the first day, I worked with Naz on the story. We interviewed someone who did Turkish ice cream. I hope everyone can read that. It was really fun. And then she smashed an ice cream cone into my face, and we just laughed about it. It was so fun. And we had these little reporter notebooks, and everyone wrote notes to each other on them so that we could read them afterward and remember on that experience. And like, when I tell you I ugly cried when I read that, it was like, those notes were so heartfelt. And I really feel like that experience cannot be found anywhere else. You cannot get that kind of love and bonding unless you bring people together from all different walks of life and put them in one place. So for everyone that helped make that possible, I really thank you so much, because we could not have done it without you. And if we hadn't done it, I wouldn't be able to say, I have a sister in Ukraine. I have like 4 sisters in Turkey. I have a sister in Colombia. I have a sister in Mexico. So like, thank you for all of that. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you, Sarah. And next up, I didn't say in the chat, but Ipek is next.
Hello, I am Ipek from Istanbul, and I also like joined really recently at March, I think, yeah, same as Naz. And when I first like learned about the existence of this conference happening, I was a bit nervous because I was afraid of not being able to get along with these new people. Like, not exactly new, because I knew these people from the internet, but I didn't really text anyone, like, I didn't really DM anyone, and because I was shy and stuff, and I was just nervous about this, but I really wanted to meet them. I really wanted to get to know these new people, get to share our cultures and the different life experiences with one another, because like I'm an extrovert, I'm a social person, I love doing this stuff, but I'm also nervous about it. So I was at first nervous about showing myself, like because I'm actually like a weird person in my opinion, like not many people like me at school and stuff. So I was a bit nervous about that. And personally, when we came together, all of us, and spent all that time together, when we did everything together and trusted each other, I don't think I have ever felt this comfortable with this many people. Like, I have a few friends that I'm 100% comfortable with, and that's it. Like, it's like it doesn't go up than the numbers of the fingers I have on one hand. And this many people, how many people were it? 20, 25, 24? 24 people I trusted with my heart, that I could be myself with 24 people. It meant so much to me. And I don't think I had this much fun with any other group meetings I had with my friends, because we already know each other with my friends, and we already do the usual stuff when we meet up. But with these people, everyone was new, everyone had different stories, everyone had a different perspective in life, everyone had different opinions on different things. And talking about them and exchanging our personal hobbies, our interests, our dislikes, everything, getting to know each other. I had so much fun. And hopefully there will be another meeting in another conference like this, because I want to feel that again. I want to experience meeting with you guys face to face. I want to be able to hug these people that are so genuine and sincere with with, with how they are conversing with me and conversing with one another. It was just beautiful, and I had the time of my life. So I hope another one happens again.
Thank you, Ipek. I think everybody was quite charmed by you. I know I was.
Thank you.
And I put in the chat that Ipek is a talented artist, and following Ipek is another incredible artist named Parnian Shahseveri from Tehran. And I think that Parnian, well, I'm just gonna spotlight her.
Hi. Hi. Well, can you hear me? Everything okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm Panyon and I'm from Iran. And I've been in Russia for like 2 years, and I did a lot of art pieces for a lot of people. And I kind of like connected with everybody, but never met them. And I always was like, okay, like, is there a chance that I might see them one day? I always had the feeling that I'm gonna do, but I didn't know. I'm in Iran, other people are like everywhere else. And when like they said that we're going to Turkey, well, it's a country that I can go, and I have never been out of country. And I was like, there's no way I'm gonna make it. Like my parents were like, it's cool, we can go. I'm like, there's no way. I was like, still no way, until I got the tickets, and I was like, it's actually happening. Well, it was first time out of country for me, and well, if you know the condition of my country, it's not really like it's not pretty. And just like being in Turkey and meeting all these people that I already have a lot in common with, and I just met them, and I'm like, okay, all I needed was like just like physical touch and seeing them, like no headphones, no internet, no screen. I already knew them, like we had a lot in common. And I felt really comfortable with people and in the country and city, because it was just like the laws were kind of like prettier for me. So they're all great people, and they're all talented, and the way that they look at everything is just like they're journalists. And the way that I sit is that I don't consider myself a journalist, I'm an artist. Are just like awesome by, you know, finding these people and joining them together and taking them somewhere to like be brothers and sisters. And I miss you guys so much, a lot. And like now I see you, and I kind of like remember what we've been through. It's like, oh, I really do miss them. I'm
done. Thank you, Parnian. We've got, I think by my calculations, we've got 2 more speakers, both from Istanbul. We'll start with Sena Naz. And there she is.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
Good.
Am I going to speak now?
Yeah, your turn.
Hi, everyone. How are you? I hope you're all fine. And I miss you a lot. Like when I see their faces, I was like, I miss these guys a lot. Even though I didn't stay, I was, you all gathered me around, and like, even if I'm not a tourist, I feel like I was a tourist, because like I was speaking Turkish, and in like even in the big bazaar, they thought I was a tourist, and I was saying like English things, and they thought I was a tourist. And when I speak Turkish, they was like shocked. It was a fun moment. when I joined YJI, I never thought that I will be able to have lots of friends from all over the world. Like, I thought that I was going to sit at the Zoom calls and like speak with you and write some articles and try to learn to write. But when I had the opportunity to join this conference, I was like so happy. And I'm so thankful for everyone for joining, and for Jackie and Steve and Mary and Bilge and Burak, for everyone to like lead us. I'm so thankful. So yeah, I miss you a lot again. I love you a lot. It was a fun conference and we did lots of things. For example, we uh, go to Topkapı Palace and Sultanahmet, and yeah, it was so fun. Even though I went these places so many times, it was different with you guys because you're a tourist and I become a tourist in my own city with you. I think it is Dennis' article's title. Yeah, check out this. Yeah, that's all. I miss you guys.
We miss you too, Sena.
Oh, I love you.
And we love you too. And I have to say that if it hadn't been for this next person, we would not have done everything in Turkey. Without Biga, who was our very first student in Istanbul, she was so great that we just wanted to keep doing it, and we just wanted to have more and more. And if she hadn't been part of this, none of us would have been in Turkey. So I just want to give her the last word before we show you some pictures and take some questions and let the students have a little free for all telling you about the pictures. And so I need to find Biga.
I'm here.
Great. She's spotlighted. Excellent.
All right. Well, no pressure, I guess, to be like the last speaker is, I feel like everyone talked so well about everything that we did together that I'm just kind of like, yeah, I agree. And, but like, in all honesty, this was surreal from the moment that we started talking about it to the time that you guys actually showed up, because you know, I didn't move, the Turkish students didn't like move around anywhere. It wasn't a displacement issue. We were just waiting, and you did come, which was still surprising to me, because I was thinking, I've been in YJI for like 2 years now. I started at the beginning of 2020, just in the middle of the pandemic. And we all got really close, which was amazing because you don't have many friends when you're like locked in quarantine. And the people that come into YJI, the students, we all have so much in common already, so many interests, but also a desire to share our differences and to sort of bask in that idealism that YJI provides, that comfort, that acceptance, that space that YJI provides. So I knew these people already from Zoom, from meetings, from projects, but I really didn't think I would ever get to meet everyone. Maybe I would meet Jackie and Steve if I went to the States, but definitely not like everyone from 10 different countries. And then I have all these people coming into my hometown, putting the trust in us, the Turkish students. And as the like OG Turkish students from YJI, I was really honored and so grateful for everyone's help, everyone's donations. We got the scarves. I'm sure some people got them. Me and my mom went to the Bursa Bazaar. It was a whole preparation that we did with Jackie and Steve and the other students. We have been preparing for this conference for some time, mentally and physically. And I can say that with every penny spent, with every sweat that we, you know, spent, it was worth it. It was amazing. We got to meet everyone. We got to mingle, talk, like everyone said. And the Turkish students too, I like their approach that like a tourist in your own city. So it was very interesting for me as well. Like Burak said, we see all these things as ordinary, but then I felt more connected to my city that I got to show around to 20 people when I was like, I've lived here for almost all my life, and I never felt so connected to my own city. But it's different when you have other people asking you and being curious. And I really liked that, YGI, this international organization, put the trust in us, in Turkish people, and in Turkey as a country, and Istanbul, which has a history of actually bringing people together, bringing continents together. And like my first piece that I wrote for YJI, my hometown piece, was actually all about that, about Istanbul bringing two continents together. And I can't believe that my YJI experience has come to a whole, the loop of coming together with Istanbul actually bringing more than two continents together. So, as much as I can speak for hours and hours upon this conference, I am just very thankful that I got to meet everyone, spend time with everyone, and also, learn about journalism in a more hands-on practice than I thought I ever could, because you're walking around with like two extremely professional journalists who've spent their whole life teaching and doing, and then you have all these amazing young people who are also learning, and they're bringing these new creative outlooks. And I was one of them, and I got to spend time with all my friends and get to know them, and truly it was a spectacular experience. And I cannot wait to see what YJI does in the future with, I would assume we're going to have some new blood coming in that we can, get and put in another city and corrupt them with our journalistic knowledge and acceptance. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. And I guess we're going to have some visual representations of everything that we did now.
So I just want to capitalize on Biga. Thank you, Biga. And this is one of these beautiful scarves that Biga and her mother picked out at the silk market in Bursa. And they are so soft. They are really big. And this could be yours for a donation of $100. And they got them so that we could help raise money for the conference, because everyone put in as much as they could, but YJI is carrying the burden. So if you would like a scarf, let me know. If you would be interested in contributing in a different way, that's great. I just had to do that shameless self-promotion there. Not really for myself, but for YJI's promotion. Shameless Commerce Division, if anyone's a Car Talk fan here. But I think Mary's going to show some pictures. Are you ready, Mary? I think she's going to share the pictures. And if anyone has a question, I think there's a way to raise your hand. There are other designs too. There are traditional designs and some beautiful art reproductions. Check it out. Let me know if you're interested. But I think Mary's going to show the pictures and let the students talk about the images and ask questions if you like. Somebody want to say what this was?
Yeah, sure. So this was all of us that got together, I think at the airport, when we were traveling from when we all arrived in Istanbul airport to the center of the city. So that was where we were all meeting, and that's from where we were going to the Airbnb that we were staying at. And I think this is like really representative of how close we got in like a minute, because we all saw each other, we ran, we started hugging, and then we got on this bus. And I really apologize for anyone who was trying to sleep on that bus, because we were talking the whole time and it was amazing. So yeah, that's just one of the experiences we had. Pretty mundane, but we made it exciting just by being together.
I would like to point out that the girl that's basically in the center of this photo looking back with the white shoes, that's Tanya Takashenko from Ukraine. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here on this call today, but she was a big part of this conference too. And that's her right in the thick of things. Oh, we met up at the Cup of Noodles. That was where these were, all the Turkish kids came out to meet us in Taksim Square. And that's Biga and Barak and Naz. And looks like a rouge behind them.
Yeah, I can actually speak about this because the previous like 10 minutes of the cup of noodles photo was we met with Arouge and the three and the others, and we had to like load up some money on some metro cards, so it was like a little bit chaotic. And at the end, we were just walking, and we were all saying, "Cup of noodles! Look for the cup of noodles! That's where Jackie's going to be." I would imagine like a group of like 5 teenagers walking in Taksim Square, yelling "cup of noodles" was very interesting for the people around us, but we were just too excited to care. And then we did find the noodles, and we found Jackie, but it was the noodles mostly, But yeah, and then it was so exciting. I just jumped on everyone, and yeah.
I can talk about this one. So this was when we first rode the public transport, the metro line in Istanbul. And I can tell from the perspective that Mary took this picture. And the public transport in Istanbul is quite crowded. So we had to divide our group in smaller groups, basically, so that we could all fit in. And what we did was put one Turkish person in each group so that we would get off at the right station. And we all did. And this was the start of it all.
Nikki asked a question of Parnian. How did you feel leaving your country and traveling alone for the first time? Parnian?
I wanted to type it, but I'm gonna say it now.
Oh, okay.
Well, I wasn't alone. My parents came with me, but they. What should I do? Is it glitching?
Yes. Yeah, it's glitching.
Is everything okay?
Yes, it's glitching.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. Parnian's internet sometimes has
okay,
trouble.
just tell me. Okay, Beth.
You can change the picture, Mary.
Because she uses VPN. Okay. Can I talk right now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
No?
Yes, that's good.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I wasn't alone. My parents came with me because I don't know, for some reason they've seen the movie Taken, like you shouldn't watch that before traveling. And well, they did came, but it was like perfect. Because Turkey, especially Istanbul, you really don't know if it's exactly in Asia or Europe. And the air was so nice, like the air was perfect. And well, it was kind of different because I came from an Islamic country, and then I was like, yes, I can wear a top and let my hair down. Like if my neck felt the wind, it was perfect. Yeah. So that was my experience.
Thank you. So Regina, you look like the classic tourist in this picture. Can you tell us what's going on here?
Yes. Like I said, we had to walk everywhere. And this is us walking from the tram station to the Airbnb. The streets in Istanbul are basically just hills. So I was like I appear smiling in that picture, but I was trying to focus on not to die and try not tripping. But it was so much fun. We got I like that we walked because like you see in this picture, we got to see this kind of halls in the city, and oh that was one of my favorite days.
Excuse me, not Regina. Rachel's asking, she wants to hear what the students learned while sitting next to each other and writing together. Did you get any new ideas or new skills?
Yes. I had the pleasure to write an article with Tanya, and I don't know, I feel like something that I learned or was very stayed with me is like we learned each other's writing process, because of course it's not the same, but still just the brainstorming or how each other structures their articles. I think mainly learned how to collaborate with someone.
That's one of the most difficult things to do as a writer. This is a photo. Maybe Holly can share what this picture shows.
Yeah, okay. So this was on the first night when we went to a restaurant quite close to where we were staying. And we'd all just spent the whole day traveling. So we were all really tired, but we were still so eager to get to know each other and to talk. And I remember I was sitting opposite from Lena from Istanbul. And I just remember we were all looking at the menu and none of us could really understand what it was. And so she was helping us she basically ordered all of our food and translated the whole menu for us. And that was like what the Turkish students did the whole time. But I just remember knowing that from that moment that we were going to be really well looked after and that we were always going to make sure that we felt safe and happy. And yeah, it was just really nice to have that time to sit down and just kind of get to know each other a bit more. And there was the man who, I think he ran the restaurant, was doing some kind of fire activity thing. I can't really remember what he was doing, but I remember we all had like our cameras out just to film that one thing, and it was just getting to know each other and then walking back and forth, and eating together was kind of one of my favorite times on the trip, because it just meant that we had a chance to sit down and get to know each other a bit more. And yeah, that was the first time that we did that, so it was quite special.
Well, that's a terrible picture. Can we move on?
Oh, what?
Naz, why don't you talk about this one? Oh, Naz is gone.
But I can talk about it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Lena.
Okay, so we played a game here. We were playing a game, as you can see, everyone is very excited. It wasn't a competition, but my team won.
Of course we did. Obviously we did.
We were supposed to write, like we were divided in teams, or in 3 teams, I think. And we were supposed to write stuff we had in common. And some people had trouble filling up like 1 page. Meanwhile, we filled 3 pages. And
we started writing on toilet paper and napkins because we ran out of paper.
And it was so fun. We could hear everyone laugh, and some people were like, okay, don't laugh, you're disrupting us and stuff like that. It was so fun. Yeah, that's it about this photo.
Not to brag, but my team was the best, so we won, obviously. That's what we were the best team, right, Lina?
Obviously.
Next picture. Oh, so Nora, you want to talk about this one?
Sure. So this was the first morning when we were there, and we were on our way to the archaeological museum in Istanbul, and we just stopped and we were blown away by all the old history around us. So of course we had to stop and take a picture with everyone.
Okay, Mary. Nargis, do you know where this was?
Yeah, this was the same day I think that we were visiting the archaeological museum, and for me it was the first day that I joined the group, so it was really nice to get to meet everyone. And here Naz was just taking a selfie with all of us. We'd been walking in this area that was kind of grassy, and it had all these like old I don't know what it was, but these like stone little like mini architecture displays. And it was just really nice that day. I think we had a lot of fun at the museum. I don't know if the pictures are coming soon, but a lot of people in the group, we were posing to like mimic the statues that they have there. So it was a really wonderful day.
Oh, there you go. Sarah, what do you have to say for yourself here?
I mean, I think my muscles are bigger than the statue. I'd just like to point that out. I have definitely more muscle than whatever that guy's doing. His workout schedule is not as good as mine, obviously. We had fun. We did this a lot. There's probably a bunch of photos with all of us together. That's not just me. But yeah, we had fun. We did things like this. It was everything that we saw was very, very interesting, and we had fun no matter what we did. So yeah.
This is the gang at the archaeological museum.
The cool group.
The cool
That's
group.
what they call it. Yeah.
I was on a train going with Figa going to the airport to pick up Aaron. I think Biga went with me, or maybe she was sick that day.
It was Brooke with you.
Some of those days were kind of a blur. Who is the big kid in the front and center? He just jumped into the picture and sat down. I mean, I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy. They let him in. By all accounts, the museum was quite nice. Everyone seemed to really like the museum. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a story on the museum in our extensive Istanbul package that will be coming out. Oh, this kind of looks like everybody is pointing to their own country in the globe. Is that what's going on here?
Yep.
Okay. Owen doesn't have a country, I guess.
You forgot.
And you seem to be crowned here, Lena. What's happening?
We found these at the gift shop, and we decided that we look beautiful in the crowns. So we took a picture as modern day goddesses. And I think there's one with Regina as well. Yeah.
Okay, Dennis, what's so funny here?
I mean, Sarah and my friendship, and I think that was the moment we clicked, because I don't know, wearing those hats and asking us to take a selfie, I think we clicked on that moment, and you can see on our faces though.
Yes.
I think I put the crowd on Sarah's hat.
Okay, so you're saying if we've created a monster with Sarah, you're responsible?
No. I mean, I made her a princess.
It's a great picture. You both look like you're really happy. Sarah, what's happening here?
My biggest sister, the oldest one, Mary, and me are in that picture. Yeah, I got really close to Mary over the trip. I mean, I'd met her before, but we became really close on the trip and we became sisters. So yeah, I have a lot of pictures like that with her where she's towering over me because she's tall and I'm not. But yeah.
Oh, Ipek, what is this picture showing?
I am just noticing a pattern that during these group pictures, I'm always on the floor. Anyway, we are on the opposite side of the archaeological museum. I forgot its name.
It
But
was the art building,
yes,
but
it was,
like the
yeah.
Turkish art.
And I think
Kiosk.
yeah, and
The
we
blue
just
kiosk.
found this nice rock place to like sit on, because why not?
Can
And
I
think
just butt in? Sorry.
yes,
This is like, we call this Steve Strikes Again. If you look carefully in everybody's faces, some are not ready. Steve just took this. He did that. He took lots of candid pictures. Some are very beautiful. Thank you for that. But like, look at Nora's face, and my eyes are closed.
And it looks like Owen's asleep.
Yeah. And I think Sarah was trying to say something. I don't know. Everyone looks so weird. Like some people, especially the middle part. Like, my eyes are closed, Steve. Why would you do this?
I think this is nothing for Steve. I think there are worse pictures.
Okay, who wants to say where this is? Parnian? You were not there that day.
It's the same place.
In front of the blue kiosk.
This,
That was also there. Yeah.
oh, this is at the
The
archaeological.
building, yeah, with 3 rooms. I had also mentioned this kiosk in my archaeological museum article. Yeah.
Quite beautiful.
Mhm.
Okay, keep going. Ah. Owen woke up in that picture. Oh, in that picture too. Who can talk about what this was? People might not, people who are not from Turkey might not know.
I think I can talk about this one. So, because me and Lena wrote an article about the cisterns, which we're hopefully going to publish soon.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a cistern. So what we learned from the Turkish kids and a bit from Steve was that they built these old cisterns in Istanbul to like store water. And so we went down there as a group and took a lot of pictures, and it was really nice. It was really cool as well. So after we'd been dying in the sun, it was really lovely to go down there and just relax a bit.
And that's Anna in the front from Colombia, and in the white shirt, well, off-white shirt. This looks like we're going in the subway. Is that right? Does anybody know where this was? Dennis, where are we? Lena, you're right.
What? Let me speak.
Is this in the subway?
Yeah, this is at the subway after we picked her up from the airport. Yeah.
You want to keep going, Mary? Joshua is asking if there are blankets over doors in Turkey. I did not see anything like that.
In winter there is.
Nikki wants to know if photographer had wings. What's going on in this picture? Who can talk about this?
Why would you guys take a picture without me when I left? I can't believe you guys.
Nora, you want to talk about this one?
If I remember right, I think we were playing Truth or Dare. It was probably like at around midnight, and we were just sitting in a circle playing games because I didn't want to go to bed. So,
and some of the people that are in this photo that are not on this call today couldn't be there. Anna from Colombia is looking at Lena's phone, and
oh no, we're picking a question to ask to someone, I think, there, because we're so creative people, we couldn't figure out what question to ask, so we just googled some questions.
I think you guys were pretty tired. And there's Erin from Cyprus has got her back to that table. She's sitting next to Regina. And Tanya from Ukraine is in the foreground. And Aruj is behind Nora. Okay, want to keep going? Who wants to mention Aruj Khalid from Lahore, Pakistan, who served as a group leader? She's a YJI alum. She started writing for us when she was about 14, about 10 years ago. And I think everybody was pretty glad to know her. Parnian, do you want to talk about Aruj?
Well, yeah, because we're neighbors and sisters. And the moment I wasn't there those times, but I kept seeing her photos, and like the moment that I like saw her, I was like, I love her, and she's like, she was the best. And when I arrived there, we were having a walk. It was me, Aruj, and Bilge and Brock, and we were having this conversation. Yeah, like we have that thing, and then we were like, oh yeah, we have that thing, and like it was like the same thing, or like this just like in common words, you know. And she's like the sweetest, and scared of dogs. I'm moving. I don't know. There was, and yeah, there were some differences, but there were a lot in common too, especially in the language. Or Pakistan and Iran has like the same alphabet, and Aruj and I sometimes chat, and like we write in English, but we write English, but with Persian, with our alphabet. Like you can read it, but you know, it makes sense to us. It's a hard thing to like say, no.
Yeah, I really liked Aruj, meeting Aruj as well. So my family is originally from India, and her family is from Pakistan. And if you know anything about the conflict between the two countries, it's been going on since the British separated the two countries. And I think meeting her, she said something that really struck me. She said, young people like you and me are going to be the ones that are going to solve the conflict. And I was like, I felt really like impacted by that. So I think like that's one of the things that like is so important about this conference. If we get together and we meet people like this and we travel, that's what's going to solve all these conflicts in the world, because so many of them are brought by ignorance and unwillingness to meet other people and learn from other cultures. So if we start like this, and this was a relatively small group, but we keep expanding and people keep traveling and young people keep meeting each other, we're going to hopefully make the world a better place. So yeah, that's Aruj taught me that. And she's so inspiring, guys. She's in the book written by the Malala Fund. She's so incredible. She has so much stuff. Please check her out. She's awesome. Like, I'm plugging her, guys. Like, check her out. She's awesome.
Yeah, if I get to, you know, add my salt in the soup. I think that's a Turkish saying. Anyway, I sometimes do that where like I translate Turkish sayings into English and then people are very confused. Anyway, it was like really nice to have these group of girls from like Middle East, these like sort of conflict regions. And we had a lot of things in common. And I like that I got to meet, you know, Parnian from Iran and, you know, Aruj from Pakistan and like everyone, our neighbors really, but even though we're neighbors with these countries in Turkey, we never really get to meet people anyway because of the like social circles. And, you know, if someone comes here as a tourist, they don't come to me, you know. It's like, it was really, really nice to finally get to meet some people from these countries that we have so much in common with, whether it be like conflict or culture. And like Parnian said, it was like me Burak, Aruj, and Parnian walking down from the church in the island, and we were just saying, oh, we have that thing too. Oh, do you do this when this happens? We do too. Oh, you call it that? Oh, that's just like the same thing with a little bit of a phonetic difference. And it was so impressive to see everyone just living their life and being themselves, and getting to places that I didn't think was possible. It inspired me. I think it inspired everyone to see just how well everyone was doing for themselves.
This is typical Istanbul street, only it needs a few more cars in the road. I want to mention that the t-shirts that everybody's wearing were designed by Parnian, and everybody was pretty excited to get their Istanbul conference t-shirt. And on the back, there is a purple suitcase with lots of little symbols of Turkey and Istanbul and YJI. And it not only were they uber fashionable and really great, but they were also a terrific tool for those of us who are trying to keep track of 22 people in the crowded streets of Istanbul, and we could just spot the purple suitcases. That was very helpful.
Parnian is just amazing like that.
Good job, Mom. My cheeks.
I think this is outside our very first place that we stayed, the YJI Hilton in the old city of Istanbul. It presented some challenges for us, but we had a great time there anyway. All right.
It had deadly stairs.
Yes.
My bottle fell down from like the top, and I thought it was my phone. And like in the first day, I was like, okay, this is not a good start, but thank God it was my bottle. Thank God it was my bottle.
Who wants to say where we are here? Regina?
Yes. Oh, we are outside Hagia. We were outside Hagia Sophia. They're taking the picture and closing our eyes.
It was very bright.
Yeah, but it was our first kind of visit, and I couldn't believe, like, oh my God, I'm outside Hagia Sophia. I think I sent that picture to my grandma that the second it was taken.
Oh, there's the back of the shirts. The suitcases with the Turkish tea and the year and the Turkish flag and a rainbow heart for all our friendship and love between each other, and a little hot air balloon that is popular in Turkey, and the evil eye symbol to keep the evil away. And I can't remember, there's other things, YJI and a globe maybe. But you can
Sarah's
see how
microphone.
Yeah, Sarah's microphone that said press freedom on it. It was pretty awesome swag, Rachel.
I wanted to like use the color for the evil eye thing, and I accidentally Googled devil's eye, and I was like, okay, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not, and like, yeah, I was creeped out for a second, you know. Just wanted to share that. I'm sorry.
So Linus wants to know, what was it like for all of you to meet Waleed?
I was just explain to it.
I think.
I'm sorry. Steve is saying we should explain who Waleed was. Waleed is a YJI alum. He is originally from Karachi, Pakistan, and he wrote for us about 10-15 years ago, and we'd never met him in person. And he is now working as a journalist in Ankara, Turkey. And he and his wife took the train to Istanbul to spend a day with us. And he gave a little informal presentation to the students about working as a journalist in in Pakistan and in Turkey, and that was where the base of the question was. And let me just quickly say, when we went inside the mosques or churches in Istanbul, all the women had to cover up. So this is what this picture is. We're inside, so we are putting our scarves on. Okay, thank you, Nargis, for being patient. Please talk about Waleed.
Oh yeah, sure. Just hearing Waleed talk was really wonderful. Obviously it was amazing to get to finally meet someone who had been with YJI so long ago, really in like those earlier years. And it was really inspiring for me to see someone who had started off in YJI and then really pursued journalism further as well. And just like for a bit of personal context, my parents are also from Pakistan, so meeting Waleed and Aruj as well, and being able to talk to them was really a wonderful experience. And hearing from Waleed about how journalism differed in both Pakistan and how it is now in Turkey and Ankara, it was really interesting to just hear his experience and also to get the chance to practice our interview skills and ask him some questions.
Okay. Are you advancing the picture? There we go. Thank you. They're on the floor of one, I think the Blue Mosque.
No,
Oh, that's in Hagia Sophia, sorry. And taking a selfie.
Weren't they trying to take a picture of the ceiling?
Oh, yes, but you know there was a selfie involved too.
Yeah, definitely. There was always a selfie involved.
Right, but you're right. There was the ceiling was beautiful, and there was some effort there too.
Maybe Sena could talk about it.
Sena, you want to talk about this one?
Okay. We were sitting on the floor of the mat and we were like talking, and Steve was taking the picture. And my headscarf is down. I don't want to do that, but yeah, it falls down.
Thank you, Holly. Okay, I think this involves EPEC because I recognize your hands.
Yeah, I think this is me and either Beth or Mary doing, like, everyone was all together doing this thumbs, getting it together and like wishing a good luck or something like that, or good charms. And I was just like, I was late to that, I think, and I was like, let's do it separately with my amazing nail polish.
Sarah, where are you in this picture?
Yeah, so next to Hagia Sophia, there are the tombs of the Sultan. And obviously, we couldn't cross, there's like a little border there. We couldn't go further than that, just to protect the historical artifacts. But this is me, Mary, and Regina taking a selfie in front of a beautiful, beautiful building where they had the tombs of the Sultan.
I think this is a picture of Mary telling everyone they had to take really short showers.
We were talking about Quidditch.
Oh, Quidditch, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm very interested in the conversation.
Mary is a Quidditch player, and Nora sampled this corn. And Nora has a thing or two to say about corn being from Illinois.
Yes, so this was Turkish street corn, and from the Midwest, I'm very used to seeing cornfields actually everywhere I go. So seeing corn on the streets, okay, something new, we had to try it. So I tried it, and to be honest, it's not the best corn I've had in my life. It wasn't. No, it wasn't quite street corn, but it was very salty. So I can say that I've tried Turkish corn, check that off the list, and I'll stick to my sweet corn in Illinois.
Nalu says she thought this was just an African thing. She didn't know that people ate roasted sweet corn in Turkey. Okay, who wants, Regina, I think you've got some of this packed in your suitcase. Do you want to talk about what this is?
Yes, I have like 8 boxes in my suitcase of this candy. These are Turkish delights, and they are one of the best candy that I've ever tried. And I was excited because in a book of Narnia, they say that Edmund couldn't stop eating these Turkish delights, and now I can see why, because I couldn't stop myself either. And we we were just looking for Turkish delights, and oh my god, it was so worth it.
This is the rare pride flag you will see in Istanbul or Turkey. I don't know.
We could not resist getting a picture here, could we?
Yep.
And this is where I adopted several new children. And that's my daughter, Sarah, in the front of the tower. This is the Galata Tower. And it's a long story, but they were being difficult. It's a beautiful historic site, and they were being kind of difficult in letting people in. They wanted statements from all the parents in Turkish. So I just said that they were all my children, and I unfortunately did not. They had already told the Turkish kids they could not go in, but I adopted Sarah and Tanya and Nora and Anna that day, and Nargis was down with the Turkish kids, unfortunately. So, but we got some pretty great pictures up there, and it was a wonderful view. And hopefully Nargis got to go with her dad, who is also in Istanbul, and the Turkish kids either have been up there, or I hope they will go, because it is a beautiful, beautiful place to visit. I think they should revise their visiting rules. But I'm glad that my family expanded that day. That's from the top of the tower.
Yes. Oh, something that I tried is that in almost every place we went, I brought my little Mexican flag and took a picture with it. And here I am in the top of Galata Tower, and you could see every part of Istanbul. So of course I needed to take a picture with my Mexican flag.
And Nora was also bringing a little figure from her hometown. That's Owen, and Anna behind him, and Regina and Holly, and they're up there too in the Galata Tower. I didn't have to adopt Regina and Owen and Holly because they were all over 18.
I swear, Owen's glasses, those sunglasses are an icon.
I think Owen's an icon.
True.
This is me and Anna.
Aw.
We were like walking and it was so hot, so I decided that we can cover up and hide from the sun.
That was smart. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.
Okay, Lena, what have you got here?
Errand boy.
So we had ordered the Turkish pizza from the Galata Tower, and we just picked them out. And here I'm carrying all the Turkish pizza, which is like normal pizza, but it's thinner, and you can put minced meat, cheese, vegetables, like everything on it. And I don't know what I'm trying to explain here. Most of the time I explain stuff, so, but like they were delicious, so we were fine.
Oh, this is Waleed giving his presentation, and everybody was very interested. Aw.
Oh, this is me and Tanya. I miss her a lot.
Yeah.
Look at us. I didn't remember this picture.
Is this in Taksim Square?
Yes, it is.
So can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Like at the previous video, we saw Mary walking ahead of us all, like she always did, which was awesome. Like she was the leader. And I remember one time, I think we were clapping for her, like at the YGI Hilton, and she just starts walking and she's like, wait, let's walk. You can clap on the way. And she just continues walking. And we were never, I won't say never, but we were always nearly on schedule thanks to Mary.
She tried.
Yeah, she really tried her best, but like 20 teenagers, that's hard.
Yeah, we made her life a little difficult. I'm so sorry, Mary. Like right before we left for the trip, she emailed us all and she was like, I need to know how long you guys shower so I can make a shower schedule. And she was exhausted. She didn't get to make it, but I mean, she kept us on track. A lot of like we made it to these places because Mary like knew how to use a GPS and was smart and like was on time. So thank you, Mary.
Okay, Biga, can you explain what this funny looking man in the hat is doing at the walls?
Yeah, he's explaining what the walls are.
They are walls.
History, like history nerd dad, and so he took us to the walls at the outskirts of the city, which I had never been to or intended to go to because, like, I don't know, you never think about seeing the walls of the city that you live in. It's pretty cool, and he told us about it, and it was like if I'm honest with you, Steve, I don't remember what you were talking about. I just remember that it was history because I'm not particularly interested in history, but that the walls were there to protect the city and we are there. It was really fun though, because there were like a lot of students there in that day we were together, and so it's really fun to just sit in like the outskirts of the city and look at, this is what the Ottomans went through and this is why I live here now. So yeah.
Brock can fill you in on the history. He's got it. She's got it. Ready.
So this is Walid and his wife, who had come from Ankara. Keep going, Mary. And those are what the walls look like in the background. And we're all posing in front of the walls. And here we have the classic Titanic shot with Rahina and Dennis on the playground. They absolutely had a great time at the playground. They might be young adults, but they still like to play on the playground. And selfies involved always. Ah, the Grand Bazaar. That's Aaron from Cyprus in the middle between Nargis and Naz. a very bright couple in a very bright place. Couple of bright stars. That's Aaron and
I love how there is a like no photos, no taking pictures signs back there, and you guys have took your pictures, and it's just like
I never saw that sign. That's Beth. She was one of our alumni who came to help, and she's from Scotland. One of the massive plates.
that looks yummy.
It does.
It does, yeah.
Lena, can you explain what this is, or Dennis? Or Barack? Or Biga?
I talked a lot with other people.
This is the massive mixed kebab, but we couldn't finish all of them. We couldn't.
This was one of
I
our
had to be there.
this was one of me and Brooke's iconic, food order days where we just ordered it for the table so that everyone could eat. And then of course it went like, okay, the vegetarians, so we had the vegetarians to the side. We would say, okay, falafel for you guys, and then a huge meat plate for the
They
other.
also couldn't finish the falafels.
Yeah,
They were like giving us falafels. Yeah.
that dinner was good. I liked it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, Regina, you better explain this.
Yes. So something that I really wanted to do is to bring little gifts and details to everyone. And I was thinking so long and hard what to bring Steve. So if you know something about Mexico, something that really identifies us is the wrestling matches. So my mom had the brilliant idea to buy Steve a wrestler mask, and he's El Santo. And I think he looks awesome in his mask.
Smart. That was smart.
What are we doing here?
This is a typical morning.
Yep.
Like everybody's got their coffee or tea, whatever they chose. Everybody's so chill, waiting for a go
having
from
managed
Mary.
for breakfast.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're just chatting.
Oh, that's me buying stuff. That's where the addiction began.
That was on an early day before we got Parnian with us.
The blue mosque in the
The
background.
blue mosque is behind us. And a rouge. Lots of walking. Lots of mirror selfies too. That's Nora's eyes.
Nora got the best poses in all the pictures.
Oh, okay. So Josh asked if we had watched the James Bond movie that was set in Istanbul. We did not, maybe others did, but we did watch the movie that was set at the Topkapi Palace, and Owen and Mary and Steve and I watched that, and we were very eager to see the dagger, and that is the dagger. And really the stars of this photo are the students, but if you get up close, it's a pretty phenomenal looking dagger.
The movie was about somebody trying to steal it.
Yeah, it's a great little heist movie. I believe it's called Top Copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Owen was quite mesmerized with it. That would be Lena and Naz.
She just fell asleep.
Oh, this is where we met Parnyan, and her mom and dad are in the back on the left.
Well, if you want me to talk about it,
sure.
I just like arrived, and I didn't know if I should wear a mask or not, and when I just like I got to that hotel, I chat with Jackie that, okay, where are you guys? They're like, I'm gonna like, we're gonna be there, because it was like close to the place that we were staying. And I was like, do you have my shirt, or should I like bring the old one? You're like, I got it. I'm like, I kind of like run all those halls, and like I spotted Holly, and I just like run to everybody, and I was like expecting to like wait for that ice to melt, because like I just met these people in person, but it was nothing there. They just sat me down and told me about what they've been doing, and like how they're like, everybody is like Jackie's kid right now, and they got adopted and everything, and it was just like perfect. Like I already knew them, you know.
You go to the next picture, Mary.
Picture. Yeah, catching up with everything.
They filled you in on everything right away, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, and it's floating.
First picture with everyone. Oh, and this is.
This picture was supposed to be me and Nora, and it turned out not to be. The art and the artist.
That is a real tree. I almost believed that it was the flowers were fake. It was so brilliant. Thank you, Nargis.
That's my mom.
Yeah, that's me and your mom. That was
That's
a very
so good.
photogenic spot.
I think I took that picture. That's me and both of my moms.
This was on the ferry going to the island, I think. Yep.
It was very crowded, and some people just fell asleep in some corners.
Oh, and Beth
on the floor.
Beth had the best comments. We were all just tired. We waited like half an hour on a line and on the sun, and we were just like carrying our luggages. And then somehow, I don't know, out of nowhere, this guy with the bongo came on and started like playing it. We were like, we really didn't know what to do. And I was sitting next to Sarah, and I think I heard her snore, like, and wake herself up by her snore.
I think it was the motor of the boat. I don't think it was me.
Oh, this was
yeah, there's a chance. Yeah.
This was at the awards night, and they all went and bought flower crowns, and they looked just beautiful, all of them.
That's a nice picture of me. Thank God.
It was almost like prom night. We celebrated all the students who had won awards in the contest this past year, and also everybody that had a summer birthday, which was about half the group.
And it was Lena's actual birthday.
And it was Lena's actual birthday. And Lena's mom and dad got a couple of really amazing cakes, and this was all the parents together. All the parents made the effort to come out to the island for that ceremony. That was so nice.
This cake was so good.
Yeah, I don't think there's a picture of it in this because I kind of look like a little bit demonic, but there's a picture of Owen. Like, we all just ate the cake at midnight. We were like, I'm tired, I want cake. We just brought it out, sat it on the table, and just started eating. And like, no plates, we just like scooped it from the tray. And Owen was like getting a bite of cake, and I was like staring at him like, what are you doing? That's my piece. I think that was the best picture. I didn't put it on here, like I said, because it was not very flattering, but it was very funny.
I'm struggling to get in the picture here. I'm a short person.
This is after we walked up a 25,000-foot mountain.
That's the view from the top of the mountain. The mountain.
And Jackie climbed faster than us. Like, I was at the back struggling, like trying to breathe, while Jackie just went up with songs.
This is where Arush gave her presentation up at the top of the mountain.
We found a stage for her.
Yes. Steve says it was a
1,000-foot.
Thousand.
Almost as much as Mount Everest.
It was not as much as Mount Everest.
Oh, it just felt like it.
It did feel. It did
felt
feel
like.
high. You don't look tired in this photo, Steve.
No, just strange.
You know, I've been in my house for like 2 or 3 years because of pandemic, and all of a sudden I was out there walking and I wasn't tired at all. Not a tiny amount.
We had a good time walking together.
Oh, that's the moment that we were, Aruj, Barak, me and Bilge were talking about our culture. Here.
Mm-hmm.
This must be the ice cream guy.
Yeah. So I've interviewed a lot of people before with YJI, but this was by far the most interesting thing I've done maybe ever. And actually my first interview for YJI was with a clown, like a professional clown. So saying that this was like ridiculously intense and fun was very different. Like, it's a whole other level because I didn't know what was going on. I knew the questions that Naz was asking the man who sold ice cream, but I didn't know what he was saying. So I had to trust her that she was like asking follow-up questions, because like she was like asking him questions in the middle and like jumping in, and I was like, I don't know what you're saying. And we didn't have like a lot of time for her to like translate and go back and forth. So I think that was like one of the biggest, not even bonding moments, but like learning experiences, to trust your fellow students and trust your colleagues and collaborate with them. Because I had to like really trust that she was asking questions, and she was like asking follow-up questions, and she did that. She did amazing, and she like made the story so incredible. So I'm really glad I worked with her. And she also smashed ice cream in my face. And I don't know if that picture's in there, but like she asked if she could put it on my face, and I was like, oh, a cute little like a little drop. No, she like really rubbed it in there. So so while Jackie and Regina and I think Mary, when everyone else got like a massage at the Turkish bath, I got an ice cream facial. So
This looks like a wedding photo. I don't know why. But
it was a safe place. It felt safe.
I was with you. It's always safe.
Okay, but me being with you wasn't safe. You know, it doesn't work both ways.
No, I'm safe with you, but you're with me, so you're automatically unsafe. Love that. Thank you. I feel really, I'm the youngest one here. You should be taking care of me.
Yeah, like, yeah.
one more
I
mirror
did.
selfie.
We're not dead.
Oh, they were working hard.
I'm an example of
You were in your rooms?
This is
like
a Steve
that
Strikes
day.
Again photo. Oh, sorry, go.
Oh. Sorry. Like that day, we had breakfast and like the tables outside in the yard, in the backyard. No, it was the yard. It was just like I thought that there was gonna be like something sticky on it. So we just like we were like most of us were Middle Easterns, and we were like washing there, and we were like, yes, we can do it, and we did everything on the yard in open atmosphere. Look, it's that. Why were you there? Why didn't you join us?
No, we did not drink any alcohol.
There.
Just answering a question. I didn't say that. out
Thank
of
you, Lena.
context.
Hard at work.
Yep.
It was very fun working.
There wasn't much time to rest at this conference. It was either going and
Look at her roofs.
working. All right, keep going. And this is when Tanya was talking about her situation in Ukraine. Oh, that was that nice place on the island that we went to the last night that we were there. Those people were very nice. They opened up just for us. It was very hard to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Look at Nora at the back.
Yeah.
There were Bilge and Barak look married.
There were tears. There were a lot of tears.
Oh, this is Biga playing charades.
That was very passionate. Like everyone
And it's
was
playing charades.
Can we talk about how Sarah answered our own question?
I was really into it. Okay. I was like, I forgot what we picked. I was getting really into it. It's not my fault.
That's Parnian and Anna from Colombia. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today.
A Slytherin and a Ravenclaw.
Okay.
Regina, tell
Those are the kitties.
tell the names.
Okay, yeah, wait, because I'm me. I named them all the kitties that were on the island. That the top one is Oliver. The next one, the orange one, that is also lying down, that's Pussy Boots. Then the one that is lying down on top of the cat, the gray one, is Gilberto, and the one who is supporting the cat who is supporting everyone, that's Rogerta.
Wait, wasn't it Fatima?
No, Fatima is not in that picture. That's
we formed an emotional connection with these cats. Like when I'm telling you, we missed Gilberto more than like I missed Gilberto more than Jackie. So
Okay, now we can talk about this drawing that Parnian gave to Nargis.
Nargis wrote something about that. She just like came out of that shell and tried to like pop. I said that it's like popping that bubble around herself and trying to like come out and socialize. And it was after a pandemic, and it was like a travel and going to a new country and everything. Sorry. So I drew this for her. That it was herself in a bubble trying to like with a needle trying to like pop that bubble around herself. And I wrote something for her and gave it to her.
You're amazing, Parnian. The night of the flower crowns.
Can we see the little cream on our noses? Like we put some little cream of the cake. We all actually have it, but I don't know if we can see it.
I don't know if we can see it.
Oh, we look so cute.
Oh.
Oh yeah. We rented a little van. No, it wasn't little. It was a big van, but we were like 13 people, so we still couldn't get all of us in the van. So some of us had to wait in the airport, and we didn't have any inhibitions at that point. So we just sat on the airport parking lot and played Uno.
That was before that was after the conference was over and we were getting people to the airport. We still had one more night.
Mm-hmm.
Want to go ahead, Mary? Aww.
Yeah.
Is that the last picture? Okay. You want to stop sharing? I think we still have a few people here, and I just really want to thank everyone again for being here. I hope you got a little sense of what we did and how everything went. It was pretty amazing for us to see it all come true. Really a dream come true. And these kids are so awesome, and you all can feel like our world is going to be okay. These guys just got to get in the driver's seat. They're going to take care of all of us. They're astonishing young people, every single one of them. And we definitely want to do something like this again. We just have to figure out how we're going to how the money's going to work. It's always the issue. So if you want a scarf, let me know. Thanks everybody for being here. Does anyone have any questions that they didn't ask yet that they want to ask before we say goodbye? Esther, do you have any questions? You're muted, but
I was just fascinated by the whole thing. And I had 3 telephone calls come and I just sat right here and let them go to voicemail.
Oh.
So I think it's just wonderful. Everything that, you know, it's just unimaginable to me that this can take place. So
it was pretty surreal for us. It was pretty great. Sam, you've seen some of these people before at the Sexual Assault Project talk back, and you probably recognize some of them.
I did, yeah. This is great. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, and these little Zoom things you guys do just cheer me up. It's just making me feel so much better. What you said just a minute ago about, you know, letting these kids take over, we need to step out of the way. You know, people our age need to just get out of the way, and because these kids are great. Thanks for doing this.
I want to thank Mackenzie out in Oregon for joining us today. She's a new YJI student. And Nalu from Nigeria, who has been around for quite a while now. Hila, one of our wonderful alums, is here from Connecticut. Did you have any questions, Hila? She hosted me and Regina just the other day. She's amazing. And Thomas and Carolyn, do you guys have any questions? Okay, I'll take that as a no. And Nora's mom and dad are here, and Regina's mom and dad are here, unless they just disappeared. Did they just disappear? I think.
Yeah, they just disappeared.
Any questions from the Springborns? No pressure. It's okay if you don't have questions. And Josh is here from Botswana. I'm sorry, Josh, I didn't see your face. I just saw that giant P. Joshua is a new student from Botswana. It's great to have you guys here. So thanks, everybody, especially all the Istanbul conference veterans. You did such a good job today, too. Thank you. It's just nice to hear what you guys have to say, so thanks. I think we're good. Thanks very, very much, everybody, for everything you did to help make this happen.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, thanks.
Hey, Jackie, can you hear me? This is Greg.
I can.
I had to run upstairs to get my daughter to show me how to turn this Zoom thing off of mute so that I can talk. So, hey, the only thing I want to say is, without repeating too much, Val and I, we had sleepless nights, not because of worry, but because we thoroughly enjoyed the pictures and the updates coming from everyone. And so even so much when I met Nora, I knew how much that meant. So when Nora and I were together, we continued that with Val because she was still back home. So I know it can be intrusive sometimes when you take so many pictures and so forth. But as parents, that was a phenomenal way of communicating back. And then also, I think the way you did this teleconference and allowing everyone to have time to talk about the pictures, it gives them closure because they spent so much time together, and it's definitely an extended family, and then each one sharing their insight with the pictures helps bring closure, and until the next great adventure, and hopefully it's with your organization, but if not, these kids are still young, they're going to find something else. So
That's right.
this was definitely a memorable experience, not only for Nora, but everyone. I heard a lot of great things today.
Thank you. And as a parent who sent my own children on their adventures, I really appreciated the photographs that the teachers sent back. So I knew that would mean a lot to you guys. And the parents really went out, they took a leap of faith at sending their kids to this conference. And, we did not take that lightly. We were really touched by that trust and tried our best to honor that. So.
Yep. And Mary, I see that you're on the phone as well. So I appreciate the vigor and discipline, because whenever I would travel with corporate America, I would have 20, 30 adults, and it's difficult to get everyone in sync. So you set the expectations early and you executed to it with some flexibility, but you have to do that. Nora mentioned that to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, you have to do that. And clearly it worked out well.
She did a phenomenal job of trying to herd the cats.
Well,
but the kids were great. They were really great. And I don't know if Nora mentioned this to you, but all the kids were saying, next time I'm going to be a group leader. Next time I'm going to be a group leader. And they just, they were really into it. And it just made me happy that, it was great to have group leaders for lots of reasons, but we didn't need them because anybody was a problem. There was
that Nora.
Well, besides Nora.
Yeah, Nora can be rough around the edges.
Oh my gosh,
but,
she's such
she
a
goes
singer.
with the flow pretty well.
Yeah, well, there was not one moment that anyone was bickering. All those teenage girls, and not one moment of bickering. There was nobody that stepped out of line, that did anything that was the least bit concerning or embarrassing or dangerous or any, it was just, they were a phenomenal group of kids. And I had people warning me, oh, you'll never be able to sleep because they'll be sneaking out, they'll be doing this, they'll be doing that. And that just wasn't these kids. They took care of each other too. It was way beyond our expectations, and our expectations are always pretty high, but this was great kid you got there, Greg.
Yep. Well, thank you. And it looks like you had some fun a couple of days after everyone was sent home as well, and well deserved for sure.
Well, we tried to see all the old Greek and Roman things, and we did. I think I fell off on my photo sharing, but we did get to Troy, and that was very exciting for Steve and Mary, and interesting for me. I liked it, but they were like out of their minds. So
good.
So it was very nice to see a little bit more of the country.
Yeah.
The pace was unbelievable. I'm still trying to recover, Greg. But anyway, thank you so much for trusting us and sending Nora. It was great. She was. All right. I think it was good for her.
Oh, definitely. Well, keep up your great work. Okay.
Thanks. Have a good.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.